Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel where we're about that breaking cycles life. I hope you guys are good, and I hope you guys are ready for the day ahead, right? So today, guys, this one will be more like a personal testimony. I'll try to keep it as short as possible. I'm not sure how long it will be, but we'll see, right? But it is taken from Deuteronomy 3 verse 22, and it says, "You must not fear them, for the Lord your God himself fights for you." Whew. Guys, this is like 3 semesters worth of um, 3 semesters worth of testimony. So I'll try to reduce it as best as possible. So I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, and that means I observe the Sabbath according to Exodus 20 verses 8 to 11, right? And that means the 7th day of the week, Saturday, is when I worship the Lord. And it's from Friday sunset to Sabbath sunset, which is Saturday sunset. Whew. This causes a lot of problem in our society today, okay? So we are basically a minority in this world where people don't necessarily observe the Sabbath because they think it's not necessarily that important to observe the Sabbath, right? So, being that case, I'm now in China, and if you don't know, China is an atheist country where, yes, predominantly atheists. You have Christians here that are necessarily underground, under the quiet, because the government is an atheistic government, right? And with that being said, they have a culture in their educational system to place exams on weekends. I observed that when I was working, and when you're working, it's easier to say, okay, you know, I won't come today to work, because they'll just be like, okay, you lose money. Okay, I don't care if I lose money. I just won't come to work, right? But now I'm in university, and it's not that easy to actually have them consider you as an Adventist or as a Christian on a whole, right? So when I came to this school, a friend of mine told me, okay, you need to write a letter to the school, and you need to inform them that you observe the Sabbath, this is that. Did that, okay? And it went well for 3 semesters. Then 2021, second semester of second year came, and I had a terrifying dream, which was basically a warning, not even a warning, probably just a heads up on what was about to happen in my life. I got a dream that I was being attacked by the enemy, but I was protected by God, and the devil did not stab me. The person in my dream, did not stab me, right? And I was like, God, what is this? What kind of trial is coming into my life now? Like, really, what kind of trial is coming into my life now? And lo and behold, the next day when I saw the exam schedule, one of my exams was on Saturday. I was distraught. I was like, no. I said no. So I immediately messaged one of my teachers. I was like, please, can you speak to them? And the Office of Teaching Affairs, I was like, can you speak to them and tell them change the exam? She spoke to them. They didn't budge. I was like, oh, okay. So I went to the vice dean. So I went above their heads, the Office of Teaching Affairs, because if you know who I am, I'm very persistent, and I fight for what I want or believe in, okay, guys? And you should too. That's a point to take from today's encouragement. Fight for what you want, right? So I went to the dean. I was speaking to him, and lo and behold, my vice dean was agnostic. So I was in his office for like 2 hours, guys, talking to him about why I believe what I believe, because he kept questioning me and asking me, why is it that I won't take the exam, all of this, all of that. So I went to him that one time. Then I went to him a second time. I was like, my friends are even petitioning for me. They're like, they don't care, just change the exam, because I was crying in class one day, because, you know, if I fail an exam in this school, it will affect my scholarship, and once I lose my scholarship, that's not necessarily going to be easy on me and my family, right? So my friends, they wrote a petition. They were like, guys, they were like, Lausha, please allow her to do the exam the next day, or at least do something to facilitate her, right? With all that fighting, even my current roommate now, she really fought hard for me, and she doesn't even believe the same as I do, right? And that all went in vain, and they were actually pretty surprised that I didn't take the exam. Meaning the teachers, they all thought that the fight that they gave me, I would surrender to them and take the exam. That even the same vice dean, the same agnostic dean, I heard when he went to the exam and didn't see me, he was like, she didn't come? I was like, oh, so he thought I would come. And my roommate, she was talking to my teacher, and she was like, my teacher was talking to her and like, why wouldn't she go to the exam? She's like, you don't know Shanique. If she wants to go to an outing, like they go on trips, field trips on Saturdays, and I don't attend, right? He's like, if Shanique won't even attend those trips, you think she's going to attend the exam? I'm telling you, she won't come. And then I was like, why you tell the teacher that? What is the truth anyway, right? Guys, that semester didn't do that exam. So first semester of third year came around, and I went and I spoke to the Office of Teaching Affairs again. When I went, my friend and I, we went and we asked them nicely, like, please, can you consider not putting the exams on Saturday? The man turned to me and he was like, if the exams are on Saturdays, you just don't take it and you miss your chance. I was like, I kept to my mouth, guys. But then a teacher in front of him was like, you won't try to put the exams on Saturday. And he got upset when she said that, and he was like, you don't run this, you're not the boss of this school. Again, I didn't say anything because I don't know who was trying to be the boss of the school, right? Just a simple request, and he was behaving like that. Anyways, so after that, some other situations happened where it really got me thinking that these people, when I saw the exam schedule for last semester, that these people did it intentionally, and I got so upset, guys. Upset to the point where I went into the office. You guys can verify with my roommate, because she was like, I don't know who you were that day. Like, yeah. I was so upset. I went into the office. I went into both offices, because two of them. You have one for student affairs, one for teaching affairs. And I went to my batch teacher. I was like, last semester, you told me that you review the exam schedule before it's sent to the students. And you're telling me that this semester, after you saw that I fought so hard last semester and I still didn't take the exam, you are telling me you still put the exams. And this time, guys, the reason why I thought it was intentional was because there were only 3 exams on weekends, and all 3 exams were on Saturday. It affected 2 Adventists in this school. I was like, really now? Okay. And then the reason why I also thought it was intentional was because one of the teachers from the teachers that set the exam, she asked me specifically, which batch are you from? And what do you study? All of the necessary information, which made me happy at the time. I was like, okay, yes, they're going to consider not putting exams on Sabbath, just to see, okay, they purposely put an exam on Saturday. I was so upset. I argued with that teacher. Yes, I shouted at them. Yes, I did. I will not lie to you. I shouted at them. And I basically stormed out of the room, slammed the door. My roommate was just quiet at the time. She was like, oh my gosh, this girl is upset. And then I went to the Office of Teaching Affairs as well. And I tried my best to be calm, but I shouted at the same time. That one of the new teachers, she was like, why are you shouting? Why are you shouting? I'm like, you were not here. Last semester I was fighting so hard. And now they purposely put these exams. They don't care about me. They don't care about my situation. How can you say we have religious freedom in this school yet you're still doing all these things? I was like, okay, fine, no problem. So after I argued with both offices, I also sent a very professionally rude message to my professionally rude message to my batch teacher, that she got so upset and sent it to everyone. I don't know what her intention was, because that would not get me expelled from the school. But anyways, I sent that to her. She was so upset that she sent it to the vice deans, all the vice deans, that the vice dean messaged me, and she was like, Shanique, you need to respect your teacher. I was like, this is my future we are talking about, and you're telling me I'm going to allow someone to play with my future? No, Laoshu. And she was like, Shanique, she's good to you. You should respect her. I was like, you know what, fine. And then one of the other teachers, he was like, Shanique, this is not intentional. I'm like, it looks intentional. Yes, my teachers, they know me very well in this school, okay? But yes, after that, I was quiet for a while. And then I was like, no, this fight is not going to be over, because they still did not want to change the exam. That they even sent me back to the agnostic vice dean, sent me out of the school to go to him, just for him to tell me again he is not going to change it. I literally looked him in his face, because again he wanted to talk me out for another 2 hours, guys, to tell me why I don't take the exam. I looked him in his face. I was like, can you please stop trying to convert me, because you're not going to convert me or change my mind. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm like, thank you. Like, stop. Because you won't change my mind. And I know you guys can consider it, because I see you guys put 150, 200% for other people. Yet, because I'm asking you for a religious thing, you don't want to help me when I know you can very well help. I'm like, stop. You're being unfair. And I know you guys can help, but you don't want to help, right? So after having that conversation, let's save my time. After having that conversation again with the agnostic dean, the vice dean, agnostic vice dean, guys, came back. I was like, God, no, this is not going to be easy. I'm like, no. I prayed, cried a lot. Yeah, cried, prayed, got angry, shouted. My roommate, she's such a blessing, you know. She just sat there and just looked at me while I was there shouting and arguing with everyone. And and then I was like, no, it won't end like this. So I wrote a letter to the dean. I'm like, okay, teachers won't listen to me, vice deans won't listen to me. I go to the dean, and if I needed to go to the president, I would very well go there, because I am not afraid, okay? So I wrote a nice letter to the dean. I was like, I don't understand how you have these teachers in your school, because if you guys state in your handbook that we have religious freedom, why is it that I am having this struggle when I am not a Chinese citizen? So you cannot tell me that I'm going to come from Jamaica and leave all my beliefs in Jamaica and everything that I have grown up just because I'm in China. I don't work like that, okay? And I know you guys can consider it. It's not a matter of it's impossible. It is possible, right? So I wrote a very nicely worded letter to the dean. And she was like, okay, whew. Okay, I'll talk to my team. I was like, okay, thank you. And then we went back. I went back to her after like 3 weeks or maybe a month. And then she was like, no, not 3 weeks, 2 weeks. She was like, this semester we really can't change the exam schedule. I was like, okay, fine. And then she was like, but for next semester, we will definitely try to not put exams on Saturday. So I'm like, okay, fine. So this semester now, oh my guys, I'm so sorry. This devotional is very long. So for this semester, guys, you know what? I said I'm not going to talk to these people again because they all know who Shanique is and who or what I stand for, right? So I called my friends. I was like, you know, guys, let's fight on our knees because it's only God who can help us now, because they know who we are, they know who I am for sure, and they know what I believe in, and they know that this school, and they know what we're about, right? So the only thing that can happen now is, the only thing that can happen now is God fighting for us. So I told my friends, I'm like, guys, let's fast and pray. And we fasted and we prayed just for yesterday, the exam schedules to come out. And absolutely no exam was on Sabbath, guys. Absolutely no exams was on Sabbath. And I just want to thank God because, guys, you know, if I was fearful, I was like, oh my God, no. If I didn't fight, guys, if I didn't make this school know who I am, and I think God gave me that kind of attitude, that, you know, persistence like that. If that didn't happen, I'm like, these people, they wouldn't even try to understand or try to put the exams not on Saturday because they had such a lackadaisical attitude towards it. And it goes contrary to the fact that they said that we have religious freedom in this country as foreigners, right? And when I saw it, I screamed, of course. I was screaming, dancing, singing, running up and down the halls, like going crazy, guys, because for all year groups, they didn't place any exam on Saturday. And I just want to thank God for that. And I'm really sorry for the fact that this testimony is so long. But guys, it needed to be said, right? And if it is that you are going through a trial, guys, you have to fight for what you believe in, because God fights for you if you go in faith. If you do not fear, if you fight for what you want, God will definitely fight for you. That's what the verse says. It says, you must not fear them, for the Lord your God himself fights for you. Don't fear. Whatever it is that you want in life, fight for it, guys. And whatever you believe in, fight for it, because God will fight for you. And I'm not going to let this thing go any further, guys. I'm just going to end it right here. And that is our encouragement for today. I am really sorry it's going to be so long. I'm sorry, it's a testimony. Okay, I'll see you on Sunday, guys. Bye.